Hello, guys. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Leadership Podcast with Stephen Akintayo. And today, what's funny is that I'm the one dressing like the politician, and he's the one dressing like the businessman. Okay, so today I have a businessman, by the way, as well as a politician, and we're going to be looking at leadership. We're also going to be looking at leadership among young people. We're going to be looking at the right set of leadership and how do we get leadership right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have in the studio, this is from Accra, Ghana, but makeshift quick studio, Honorable Shina Peller. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, my brother.
Good to see you. So what happened? Why are we changing? Why should I off my, and then you give me the suit?
You forgot that I was a businessman before politics.
Oh, I used to.
I'm saying business is business, isn't it?
Yes.
So I've been into business, and it's actually part of getting the business right that led me into politics.
How long ago did you start business?
I started politics.
Business.
Or business. I've been doing business for the past 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
Did you start as a club or you had other businesses?
No, I had other businesses. I even started business from school.
Okay.
Yeah.
What business?
Okay, I'll tell you. The first time when we had the first ASU strike, I remember that time. What I used to do then is go to Lagos and go and buy clothes.
Okay.
I'll come back to Ibadan.
Wow.
And start selling to all those eggs. They want to buy Tommy Hilfiger, they want to buy Rab, they want to buy things. And from there, I went into Aquila, and I started supplying diesel.
Okay.
Yeah, from supplying...
In Ibadan or Lagos?
In Ibadan.
Okay.
From supplying diesel between Ibadan and Lagos, I decided to go deeper, into that supply because at first, you buy diesel or any other petroleum product, then you have to rent trucks then to make the delivery. And that time you hear maybe when diesel is selling for maybe at the rate of 106 naira, somebody can tell you that somebody wants to buy from you in Ibadan for 120 naira.
Wow.
So you end up going and rent a truck, get your diesel on it. By the time you get to Ibadan, they tell you that you are late. So the people from the truck company will start stressing you, you need to offload, then they start giving you other options of selling, at a lower price, So I just think in business, I just try as much as possible as I grow in business to see, when there's a challenge and how to, grow over that challenge. And even when I went into nightclub, the story of Quilox, my first...
Before we even get to nightclub, isn't it funny how your dad was into show business and you took over? So before we go into Aquila, let's go backtrack to your dad.
Okay.
Okay. Your dad was a very famous person in the country.
Yeah.
And can you tell us briefly for you, what were first of all, his story and how he started that business and some of the leadership lessons you learned from your dad and how that shaped, your early business days?
Okay, as you know, my dad was the greatest magician that Africa had ever seen. I don't think there has been any other magician after him. And he died about 27 years ago. I think it's going to be 28 these years. 1997.
1997. Now that's like 1997. That's 20. That's 26.
27 years now. So. Yes, when we were growing up.
At what age did he die?
He died at 61.
Wow, that was young.
He died at 61. He was assassinated. He was assassinated.
By who?
We don't know till today, but he was assassinated while praying. Wow. Yeah, because,
Was he a Muslim?
Yeah, he was a Muslim. He prays 5. He doesn't joke with his prayers.
Wow.
And I can say that's one of the things that I got from him. I've realized how important prayer is now. And I think that is the most important part of my everyday. And so at that time, I think he was on an interview that they were asking him about magic and when is it that he doesn't have, the magic power around him. So he said on the TV that whenever he wants to pray, Yeah. His man, yeah. So he was actually assassinated while he was praying.
Wow.
Yeah, but so that's, like I said, is a challenge.
That's
but
a very touching one.
Yeah.
But how did, first of all, I think I want to say that my condolences anyway.
Thank you.
I can see even here that it's really a touching story. But was the assassination the reason why you didn't go into that type of magic business?
Magic is magic. Magic is an act of making impossibilities possible. In the nightlife industry in Nigeria, I've done magic.
I like that.
Okay. So I might not just be doing entertainment magic. Yeah, magic is magic. And when we were growing up, we used to work with him.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were growing up, he taught us, the business side, of magic. I remember that time I worked in 2 different parts, the PR part, because that time there was no social media.
Yeah.
So what we do that time is proper, like town crying model, where you put speakers on the phone and you have to speak on Yoruba. I remember in Oshogbo, you say, "Leo, tewe tagba to nbe l'Oshogbo." Oshogbo mi titi. Lọ́jọ́ Saturday, I saw they come out and watch Professor Peller. This kind of thing. So outside that, then ticketing as well.
Yes.
There was a time that probably maybe he was losing money in ticketing because probably maybe people steal tickets. So he brought me in that time, basically.
Were you his first son?
No. First son, okay. So I'm the first son from my mother, to him, So during ticketing, he brought us in as to be able to check tickets. When people come in, then you tear half of the ticket, and then after that you can do reconciliation. Of that as well. And just kept going with him. We assist him on stage as well. We do opening, for him because his magical show has an arrangement, a routine. So whereby he can start small, then he can
progress.
Progress. So whenever we are on holiday from school, we always join him and we do the starting, for him as well. And that's how we kept going.
What will you say were the business lessons aside PR? So you mentioned PR lessons you learned, management, helping him to manage the tickets. Were there other things you picked that you are using today in your business? I won't say magic, but
maybe one of those things again is ability, to do, to make the best out of whatever that you do. You understand? Even if what you know best, my dad will still continue. He loves practicing because it tells us that practice makes perfect. So whatever that you do, you just have to go. You just keep doing it.
So it taught you tenacity, being consistent and tenacious. So the big question, I think the elephant in the room is, why didn't you do magic business?
I think there's a lot that that requires. I remember even that time when we travel for my dad's tour. We moved with an average of about 40 crew member.
Wow.
Then. So I think the stress was too much, and managing people in Nigeria, you can, I'm sure you know what that means, in Nigeria. And I just think, for me, from when I was in school, I've just decided to, be a businessman. Like I said, during the ASU strike, I started, I look for opportunities when there's a problem, then I try take advantage of that. And that was what I have built, till today, even finding myself in politics, because I see governance as a big problem in Nigeria. And that's why, as a nightclub owner, when I woke up one day and I said I was going into politics, people thought I was running mad.
Yes, exactly, because the nightclub business is a big, big business. And what year did you start the nightclub business? Okay,
the story about the nightclub, I started Aquila. That was in 2013. As the first purposely built nightclub.
Wow.
First? But before then,
purposely
built nightclub to world standard, world-class standard. That you can enter. The first nightclub you can enter in Nigeria, you can close your eyes and feel you are in the United States. So you can feel that you had maybe live in Miami or one of these big top clubs around the world. But before then, I was a partner at a club called Grotto. I don't know whether you know Grotto, Natimiang in Lagos. During this time, I had a partnership, with this guy. He's my friend. And it was operating Grotto. So at that time, he had, some operational issues and maybe bank issues and everything. So he approached me saying that he needed a partner. Most of all the clubs in Lagos then were run by partnership and everything like that. So when I went into the business with him, I asked for the records and I told him for us to be able to step up on the sales, we need to do 3 things. The first thing is change the name of the club. So that at least when you want new patronage, then you let people know that it is a new business. 2, we need to do some renovation. It might not be something too much, but when people get a new name and they walk into the club, you want to see new things. Even if the walls are white, change to black. If you have the DJ on the right, you can move the DJ to the left, and just do some renovation. And the most important thing is the management structure,
Very true.
Of the club. So how the club is run. Because before, he just takes money directly from the cashier. And so I put in the right management structure there. Even myself and him were on salary and everything. So every money that comes in goes straight to the bank. So although, we created petty cash accounts and all sorts. So, but within a space, so I renamed the club Grotto, we renamed it Lux. Which means luxury in French. So that was in 2010. 2011. So within a space of 3 weeks that we opened the club made double the amount of what it was making.
Wow.
And it was good business. But unfortunately, the partnership got sour.
I can expect that.
Partnership got sour. He had to dissolve the partnership.
Wow.
The club now moved back the name to Grotto, and my name was thrown at me. By that time, that had already developed my interest in nightlife. So I said to myself that I was going to build the best club.
Wow.
So at that time, I didn't even have the budget.
Wow.
But I just went on the internet and I Googled the 10 best nightclubs in the world.
Wow.
I took my passport. Wow. I traveled, and at every night I go back to my computer and I try to make a plan.
Wow.
So by the time I came back to Nigeria, my perception about nightclub had changed.
Wow.
So it took us at least a space of 2.5 years to put Quilux together.
Wow. In Lagos or?
In Lagos. And when they asked me what is the meaning of Quilux, then my company name was Aquila, which means eagle in Latin. So if there was no Lux, the Aquilos would have been Aquila Club. But because my name was thrown at me, Lux, so I had to take Qui from Aquila and Lux. From Lux, I made it together to become Quilux. So when people ask me what is the meaning of Quilux, so I tell them it means redefinition in Shina's language. So we redefine nightlife with Quilux. And today, we thank God, the business has been on for 11 years now.
Where was the first location?
Same location.
Same place.
Same name.
How did you get
100% indigenous staff.
How did you get that location? Because it's a prime location.
Yeah, the prime location, So it was leased at the beginning, And as it is, the club was built from scratch. Even at that time when I wanted to invest in the club, I had a lot of people that discouraged me. My financial consultant was against it. My lawyer was against it.
Why were they against it?
And it does say that in general, nightclub business is not a business for long lifespan. But for me, I knew what I wanted, and we're focusing more on building success. So with Quilux, from 2013 till date, has become the every year new club. I think it is the only club that shuts down every year.
Really?
And reopens again,
For how long do you know it shut down? Every
30 days. We run an 11-month calendar. So after every 11 months.
Okay.
We take a break.
Usually 1 month is that?
Yeah, about 30 days, 35 days.
No, I mean, is it in January or February?
Because for me as a Muslim, I think I want to use, one stone to kill two birds.
Yeah.
So I rather want to take it during Ramadan. You understand? So when we can have the time. To focus on Ramadan and at the same time to rebuild the business.
Nice.
So go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Check mistakes that we've made. Look at what is happening around the world now. We want to step up our game. And just find the best way to make our customer feels better.
What's your greatest leadership lesson like? Because you've done so many things and you've managed people. Let's even look at it before we go into politics. In the area of business, what has been your magic? Yes, let's use the word magic. What has been your magic stroke when it comes to leadership, leading people, managing people?
Simple, taking responsibility.
Okay, can you explain that more?
No, taking responsibility, is it makes you better as a person. One, we will continue to have one challenge or the other in this world.
Yeah, but take ownership, own it.
Yeah. So when you make mistakes, take responsibility. I've worked with people that is so glaring that they run away from taking responsibility. It's only when they want to take accolades that they come up and say,
I did it,
Yeah, but for me and everybody that's worked with me in the past, they know me. When things go wrong, I come out and I apologize. But I can assure you that I won't do one mistake twice. But we're bound to make mistakes. And when you take responsibility, to correct those mistakes, I think the people behind you, they tend to believe more in you, and know that you are not a kind of boss that will throw them under the bus. When they see you as somebody that can take full responsibility.
What year did you now move into politics?
Yeah, I moved into politics in 2018. And this is funny. I need to just tell you a story.
Yeah.
Because for me, I've never thought I'd be a politician.
Okay.
Before I joined politics, if you had placed a bet with me, with 10 naira, I could have bet with my life that I will not do politics.
Wow. Why?
Honestly.
Why?
Because I never believed in politics. I believe politics can easily make you lose a friend. If your best friend and you are contest for something, you begin to look for each other's, mistakes and all. And I just felt that it's not just something that I want to be involved in. And I remember there was a time before politics, I had a project. We're about to establish Quilox abroad.
Okay.
But we didn't know, when people come to Nigeria, we're like, oh, come and open Quilox in Canada. This one say, come and open Quilox in New York. Come and open Quilox in South Africa.
Yeah.
So I said to my people that instead of us to just take a wrong decision, business decision, why can't we just create a Quilox World Tour? Okay. So if you Google it, you see Quilox World Tour.
Okay.
So myself
like a
pop-up club. So myself and 5 of my team. That's DJ, DJ Consequence. I don't know whether you know him. DJ Brooke Bailey, a lady. She's from Belgium. Halatika, the guys on the drum. Kole, the hype man, and the manager that time. So we'll travel. We go to a particular town, a particular city, one of the top cities, the nightlife cities in the world. So we're in Cape Town, we're in Joburg, we're in Dubai, we're in London, we're in New York, Miami. So it was just one night.
Yeah.
But if you're in that place and you close your eyes, you believe that you are in Quilox, Lagos.
Wow.
Because it's the DJ that is playing.
Yeah.
The rituals they make when they want to serve drinks is on the Quilox way. Yeah. The hype man, and then I used to be the host for the party.
Okay.
So we traveled. And that day we came back to Nigeria. I can never forget that day. It was a morning flight. I think the last trip was London. So by the time we came back, I just wanted to have a warm shower. Yeah. Virgin Atlantic. Let me sleep. Then I'll start my day in the evening. Imagine everywhere we went to. I was in my room. Then I woke up. I said, okay. No, you're just going outside. I said, let me have a shower, sleep, then I wake up in the evening.
This was in Nigeria?
This was in Nigeria, in Lekki.
Okay.
So I went into the bathroom. after putting soap in my hair and everything, under the shower and everything, something normal and crazy happened. It's normal to us in Nigeria, but it's crazy. Water just stopped. After everywhere that I've gone to with my team and everything like that.
Wow.
My brother, anytime I'm saying this story, I tell them that that's how I started the soapy journey of my life.
Wow.
The soap all over my head, my face and everything. I opened the door, then I began to tiptoe, not trying to, because, the floor in the bathroom is always, the kind of tiles there and everything. And I have soap all over my body. So I had to now go back to my room, picked up the internet.
Yeah.
And I had to now call somebody and tell them what happened to water. Before someone said they will go and pump and everything like that. So I just thought about it, that this is a failed system.
Wow.
You understand? That was
your aha moment.
That was my aha moment. I decided that made me to go into politics. From that, my bathroom.
That's funny.
I just felt this is a failed system.
Wow.
Because from everywhere that I've gone to, even in council flats in the UK and everything like that, water and stuff like that. But because in Nigeria, you have all the money, you have the turbine, you have solar, you have generator. At the end of the day, you still live in a failed system. You still fail. And everything like that. So I just felt like, I think we need to develop a new generation of leaders. And it starts from, someone taking responsibility. So
what was your next step after that?
So, and from then, the great Alaafin, may he so rest in peace. He had advised me before that. I said no. Because there was a time that he came when I did my dad's remembrance.
Yes.
And I was trying to look at what to do to immortalize his name. So I said, let us, because of Okiogun, the area that I come from, it occupies the largest percentage of the land in Oyo State. And the land is fully agrarian. And I was looking for what to do to celebrate him. But I noticed that there is no unity among our people. So I decided to say, okay, let us play football competition.
Okay.
So, football is a universal language to build unity. When you have two enemies together supporting one team, if that team scores, they won't know when they will hug each other and everything. So we played football and that day, and as a sign of unity, I invited the Alaafin.
Okay.
And I invited the Oni of Ife.
Oh.
And before the Alaafin and Oni of Ife, they don't used to attend the same
current
event.
Oni?
Yeah, the current Oni.
Okay.
So it was that time when the Alaafin heard that, he told me that I should go into politics, but I just listened then, but I was not putting my body. So by the time that thing happened in my bathroom and everything, I said to myself, yes, I need to listen to this man because, when he talks, I know that he sees far, before he says anything, and that was why I decided. Even when he made me the leader of Yoruba land, I was asking him when he told me that he needed to make me the leader, he said he wanted to make me a chief, and I was like, Baba, I want to do Senate in 2023. Let's do it after Senate. And he said no, that he has to, what's the right word when they give somebody chief title? Install.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to install the first Ayedero.
Wow.
I told him that what is Ayedero? He said the man that will promote peace and prosperity in the land. And all the qualities of the person that he wants, that I have it. And the sign that he needed to see to install the first Ayedero, he has seen it. I asked him, I said, what is the sign? He said coronavirus. That because something that will affect the whole world, then he needs to bring in the first Ayedero. So I told him, okay, Baba, let's do it in 2023 after my election. And he told me that year. He said, we must do it that year, that he has to install me as the first Ayedero. That year. So when he died the second, I was the last person I emailed the So at that time, so he was the one that told me at that time too that I should go into politics.
Wow.
So I just listened to him that, yes, I've heard. But that morning, when that thing happened, I said to myself, I said, we are living in a failed system, and I think someone has to build the cat. We need to start to develop, people, even if it's just 1%, 2%, we'll continue to grow, identify ourselves as people that believe, leadership is important.
Every father has a father, and every leadership, even in America, when it comes to politics, you say, oh, he's following Ronald Reagan system. People will say Obama was a mentee to Bill Clinton. for you at the point of going to politics, who was your model and who was the political mentor you were able to reach out to that started grooming you? Because, I mean, you're a businessman, no political background. Or you didn't get any?
I did not have any.
I
think maybe if there was any then,
yeah,
I would just say is the late Ajimabi.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was a governor.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
So I came in through his regime.
Yeah.
But for me, today I just believe, I do not believe in godfatherism. No.
You don't believe in godfatherism?
No, I don't. No. I believe in mentorship. Yeah, I believe in mentorship.
Yeah, so shouldn't you
but even with mentorship, if I'm going to believe that there must be, I believe in identifying the values in that person. But if those values are there no more, then I don't believe in it.
So are you saying the entire political landscape of Nigeria at the moment, there's nobody even if they give you the opportunity, you can go submit under their mentorship?
Maybe the governor for your state. And I tell you the reason.
Okay.
Why? One, he was a businessman doing well in his business before he went into politics.
Okay.
Two, he's a youth-driven person. Try as much as possible. You understand? And he understands that we need to develop a new generation of leaders, and it gives opportunity to more young people. And three, he fought his way, you understand, to the top. Maybe if you have time, you can try and watch Omi Tuntun when Seyi Makinde contested for governorship under SDP.
Wow.
Yeah.
Serious? SDP?
Under SDP.
That's 1992.
Yeah, no, it was not 1992. That was 2015. Yeah, he brought the Then he has worked. He has fought with that during the time of Adedibu.
Yeah.
That people thought they were going to kill him.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And everything. So if somebody like that, who came from the private sector and has come into politics and be able to drive it to that level, I think I'll prefer and be comfortable to, understand, to submit to
Well, the argument is that the reason why, some people move from private sector into public sector fail in politics is because they are too opinionated, too rigid, too egocentric. They are not humble. They don't know how to, be prostrating, following politicians up and down, and that we might never get that season in Nigeria where we will find people get into leadership based on merit. It will always remain this, you have to go and serve and queue. That's
in the APC, but I don't think it's happening in any other party. Maybe it's in the APC, you go
in all the parties, you all are the same. At least that's my own personal opinion. But, what's your view about that?
No, but the truth is, there is a similarity between business and politics.
Okay.
And once you get this right, then what you're talking about will not be a problem.
Okay.
Stakeholders management.
Okay.
Yes, and once you identify who the stakeholders are, even if you have to prostrate, you prostrate.
Okay.
You understand? But you will not be prostrating up and down.
Okay.
But you'll be able to identify the key stakeholders, the people that need to do that. And sometimes even your stakeholders are the market women. You understand? The market women, they don't need your prostration for them to do the right thing for you. You understand? So it's stakeholders engagement. So once you know how to engage those stakeholders, then you'll be able to have your way.
Guys, I saw Shina Peller's political magic once. So there was this CEO roundtable, at the Borough, hotel. And I remember they were to appoint a president for this group of CEOs. I was one of the speakers, he was there. And I remember when they said people should nominate themselves, I was with Justice Maybe were sitting together. And they said one of the nominees or candidate to be voted for is Shina Peller. She was mentioned at that kind. I said, forget this. I said, Shina Peller will win it. So she was like, no, I said, when the whole vote was casted and you won, say, how did you know? I said, because the politician. And I thought he was going to do the magic. And now, to our surprise, they were like 10 candidates. People started, the same people who gave manifesto, time to vote, they started stepping down. So the question, tell us the magic here today. What magic did you pull that made candidates? Have you discussed with them before the voting season? Did you plant them so that it will look as if there are now more people stepping down, so that way others who probably were not on
No, but honestly,
what happened?
Honestly, I just think that they just feel more comfortable.
Come on.
But honestly, they feel more comfortable.
No.
Out of all the candidates there,
no.
I am the only one with public sector experience and both private sector experience.
We don't go agree. Well, because I believe our audience want to learn about. Because
politicking.
How does it? Yeah, because we're talking about young leaders, and this is a podcast on leadership. And that is a very good example of. You don't need to go into too much details, but how did you? Because that was a typical magic like your dad used to do it.
But honestly, like I said, it was But that day I knew that. Somebody that likes to take responsibility.
Yes.
And bringing in the room.
Yes.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I believe is an opportunity, that we never know where it can take us.
It's very true.
And right now, I'm not really doing anything, outside just my business.
Yes.
And, entrepreneurship, we give room to problem solving.
True.
And we can network.
Yeah.
As this we are trying to do from Lagos, we are doing it in Ghana.
In Ghana.
And everything. So it's an opportunity. And at that time, when they just said it, I felt like, it is, the position is for me. I don't know. That conviction just came to me. But honestly, I'm serious.
So what did you now do?
So when it happened, nothing. I just made people to understand that I've been running for this position. So that's it. So from there
was a paper passing on at some point.
No paper.
You passed on the paper. Yes, even at the level of CEOs, I was like, this is But that was a very exciting experience to really see how politics works. So maybe behind the camera, he will tell me. Maybe I will come and tell you people. But I really wanted to understand. But typically, generally now, what type of leadership does Africa need? We're here in Ghana, African, leadership conference. What kind of leadership does Africa need?
The type of leadership that we need now, we need transformational leadership, which is very important because truly God has blessed our land with a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And it is sad that with all our resources, we have not achieved results. And Africa, even during your speech, downstairs, you said something about, the strength, of our human resources.
Yes.
We have the best of the best
we do.
In everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's just this time for us to look inwards. And definitely pay attention to our orientation. It is very important. When I was in the House of Reps, one of the motion and the bills that I sponsor was to call on the federal government to reinvigorate the National Orientation Agency.
Yeah, that's true. That's a dead agency.
I think this is very important for us to reinvigorate National Orientation Agency. Yoruba says, prevention is better than cure. And I think if we strengthen the National Orientation Agency, because it is an agency that has offices in all the 774 local governments, and the mandate of this agency is to be a bridge between the government and the people. Inform the people, the programs of the government, the plans of the government, and also take a feedback from the people back to the government. So I think right now, if we really want to move forward, accountability is important. And doing that, like the National Orientation Agency should be merged with at least like NIMSI, which has, access to data, and we can be able to monitor the growth and the performance, of this. And also give opportunity to more young people. whether we like it or not, the world is evolving. We have more young people.
But people argue that nobody will give you. You have to take it.
Yeah, that's it. Like they say, power is not served à la carte. And you said something today, and I really, I put it down, that the wisdom of the old and the energy of young people definitely,
create magic.
You will create magic. Yeah. And I think so as well. I believe that. But I think when we're talking about more young people now, it should even be young people that have achieved something on their own.
I agree with you.
You don't just pick up young people because they are young. You must be able to look at them. What has this person been doing for the past 10 years as a young person? So if you can sustain as a young person, in 10 years, in your private business, you definitely do well, in the business of government.
Will you contest the governorship election 2027? People believe you return to PDP because you want to be the next governor of your state.
No. I returned to PDP because I've realized that there are only two major political parties. The lesson I've learned in the last election, I spent a lot of money. I did a lot of work, but basically maybe because we ran on a third force party, which is Accord. As did not make us achieve that. If I had run under PDP, then I would have, won that election. So that is a lesson learned. Okay. And although for me, I don't regret the past. When something has happened, I just take my lessons and try, to make use of it. But I'm in PDP today because I've been in the APC and I've been burnt. In the APC, despite everything that I've done for the party.
Well, you talked about stakeholder management. Do you think you didn't manage the stakeholders well? Looking at it from the governorship candidate of APC in Oyo, looking at it from even the current president, there were people you were all in APC, House of Rep, who got tickets to go back to House of Rep. You seems not to get it. Did you not manage those?
No, it's not about that. First of all, I did not run for House of Reps because it was an agreement. Like they say, agreement is agreement. Before I came in, you were going to do I'm a man of peace, and I understand the importance of principle of equity, fairness, and justice. If you want to build peace, you must understand the principle of equity, fairness, and justice. So by the time I came in, my local government, my constituency has 4 different local governments. And my local government has about 4 representation between 1999 and 2015.
Wow.
So by the time I came in, there was already an agitation that they must identify somebody else from another local government.
That has not gotten that much.
That has not gotten that much and everything. So I came in and they looked at me as a young guy, somebody that has not been in politics, and I've helped them a lot, and with a good name, that my father left me, so rest in peace. So I agreed that, okay, I was going to do just one term. And would rather contest for Senate. So when the primaries came, I didn't contest for House of Rep. It's not that maybe I lost an House of Rep election. So I had to support everybody. Like that is what it means when it says stakeholders management. What the stakeholders wants, what they wanted the representative to come from Kajola, Iwajowa. So my area is saying Tesiwaju. So we agreed to that.
The main stakeholder here were the party. You need to win the primary before you can go to the
I think that is where our problem is. We must understand that in democracy, the main stakeholder
are the voters.
They are the people. It's a government of the people, made by the people and for the people. So I think the interest of the people to protect mostly should be the people. So yes, people think they are the stakeholders up, and that is why even the former President Buhari said it, that our politics, if we really want to move forward in life, I think our politics must change from Abuja downwards to become a grassroots. To start from down, then you climb up. It's called political organizing, But it's sad that in Nigeria, the people can say this is what they want. Then from Abuja, they will say this is who you should use. So that way we'll never move forward.
I mean, you're a strong Muslim. The question is, you own a club. Do you drink? Do you... Because you also even look conservative in real life. I mean, the you people say on social media is even from you. You look very calm and gentle.
There's only one life to live, my brother. Yeah, there's only one life to live, and this is what I tell people. There are two things that guide me in my life. One, don't be judgmental. Leave all judgment to God. You understand? As a Muslim, I drink occasionally.
Okay.
But because I own a nightclub, you understand?
You have no choice. You have to
I have
by example. That's leadership.
You understand? But I choose the time that I drink. I don't drink during the day. You can't see me drink during the day. Okay. So I'm disciplined in my drinking. Yeah. I have the hours that I can't drink if I want to drink. Okay. And what question did you ask again?
The other part is, I mean, you look quite calm, I mean, in real life compared to the version of you in parties and all of that. So are there two versions of you? Is there...
No, I'm just my brother. Like I said, I'm just myself. It's simple. You know, hey, I was talking about your two things. I said two things here. One, don't be judgmental.
Yes.
You know, let us leave all judgment to God.
To God, yeah.
We are not secretaries to God.
Okay.
And the day of judgment is coming. And the good thing is they say you'll be judged by yourself. Yes. Nobody will be there to talk, to talk for you. Yeah. So I try as much as possible not to judge people. Okay. For me. And
it's
secondly,
not even good for your business.
Yeah.
I mean.
And secondly, I don't do to people what I cannot take. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm one of the most understanding person. Okay. Especially if you do something to me, and I think if I was in your shoes, it's something I can't do myself. You won't even say sorry before I tell you, don't worry. You understand? So I think it's important, those two things. You know, is what has made me a simple person. Okay.
Well, this version of Shina Peller, I'm saying, is a gentleman. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Maybe as we go on, we'll see another version of Shina Peller that is a bit more. But for now, I'm seeing a gentleman, you know, very calm. Maybe in during politics or in campaign, we'll see the Shina Peller.
I'm gentle, but sometimes I'm just, I just like to be calm. I respect people and I like to be respected.
That's good. That's good.
We match me, we match you.
Okay. Now, those are the political language. It's beginning to come out. You know, this is a more of leadership business show. So he's, I think he's taking it cool. Are you a traditionalist?
I am a Muslim, but I am a traditionalist according to my position, as my traditional title holder.
So are there certain rituals?
There's no certain ritual. I only believe in one God, and I pray 5 times daily.
Okay.
But marrying...
How do you manage it?
You said. One, I try myself, and I try to do what is right, and decisions to be taken. And I'll tell you a typical example. When I was leaving the APC in 2022, and I was going to contest. I had 3 options to choose the party because PDP had already contested their primaries then. Okay. They had already done their primaries then. Yeah. So I had option to go with 3 parties. Yeah. Labour.
Yeah. You should have joined Labour.
And NPP. So that is it. So how would it be if the Ayede of Yoruba land, when we had a Yoruba agenda for president, then I am now in a Labour Party. So you understand? So that is leadership. Okay. So I had to forgo that. Okay. Even I had my friends in Labour. I had people that already, they already had a red carpet for me to come into Labour.
Yeah. You sound like a mentally, rebellious person.
Yeah, but as my position as the leader of Yoruba land, at that time, Yoruba will believe that the president should be the Yoruba president. And so I had
That means your type of leadership believes in nepotism, is that it?
No, not nepotism. At that particular time, I believe in upholding the position that I hold, because I'll be having issues with some royal fathers.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And for example, my chieftaincy title was given by the Alaafin of Oyo and seconded by the Ooni of Ife.
Yeah.
And at that time, all the traditional rulers are already coming together to say it is the time for Yoruba.
Okay.
And they mean Yoruba, Ayedera of Yoruba land, will be saying something different. So that's why I decided just to avoid that, you understand, and say, okay, let's put that on the side and look at the other two parties. So we had NNPP and we had Accord. So sitting with my people, the kind of leadership that, I practice what is called a collegiate leadership.
Okay.
Where I don't just take the decision. Okay. So we sit down, then we start, and we agreed that the best party to go for is Accord. One, because the people that we want to campaign to, most of these people only know the APC and PDP. So what advantage can we use against them with this party? So the advantage that we saw, number one, is Accord Party was the first party on the ballot paper.
Okay, that's good.
So it is easy when you are doing your sensitization. So for you to tell them the first party on the ballot paper. And also, the logo for the party is the thumb. They're going to use their thumb to vote. So that was how we agreed, and we met in Accord. And I was so that we'll win that election.
You were so sure?
Well, yes, now.
So how do you manage the heartbreak of losing an election?
My brother, so that is the one thing to me. I did not suffer any heartbreak.
Wow. Really?
No.
Despite that, you
I've come to realize in life that there will always be a challenging time for everybody. At that time that I lost an election, maybe somebody else is losing a child. At that time that I lost an election, maybe that somebody else had an accident and they are going to cut off his legs. So for me, I've come to realize that I pray to God, that He should not give me any challenge that is bigger than me. But I've come to believe in God's plan. So if things doesn't go my way, I'm not upset.
Yeah, you're not
Even
upset.
people at home that day, they were so shocked.
Wow.
Because me, I was upstairs a week before the election. We were having a feast in my house almost every day, killing cow and the whole town, everybody come and eat in my house. So after they said that we've lost an election, I was in my room upstairs. I had breakfast. I came downstairs, I saw the cow was still on. I said, if you will not come and kill this cow, people were crying. Me, I've eaten upstairs.
Wow.
And thank God, we're able to immediately come together and take a decision on what to do for governorship. Because at that time, even as an Accord member, we had a governorship candidate.
So you then went again. Wouldn't people see that as a betrayal?
No, it wasn't a betrayal, because at that time, like I said, I joined politics purposely because of the people. And mainly because of my people from that Okeogun region. Because I believe that Okeogun area have been so marginalized over the years, and we have a lot of resources. I was telling you when we were coming upstairs, there are 2 suspended lakes in the world. The first one is in Colorado in America. The other suspended lake in the world is in my local government. So there's so much resources, good people and everything, and they're marginalized. So I tend to, and with the kind of leadership that I have, for us to follow, ourselves. And if you look at the political system in Oyo State, they cannot announce the results of a governorship election if they have not brought the result of Okeogun.
Wow.
So at that time, after I lost the election, there was a meeting in Shaki with all the traditional rulers and all the political heads, from every political party. And in that meeting, they agreed that if Shina Peller has lost Senate, it's not his loss, it's our loss. So, and now we have another election, and the 3 people that are contesting this election, they are from Ibadan. As Governor Seyi Makinde, Shibayo Adelabu, and Tessim Folari. So, are we going to be fighting ourselves here and divide ourselves, and at the end of the day,
divide your votes,
So let us all come together. So in that meeting, they agreed, identifying what Governor Shina Peller has done for the zone and the time that he needed to use to complete his time. And it was an anonymous decision, that we need to put our land first and, follow Shina Peller. So at that time, I had no choice. You have the royal fathers who I will still work with in the future. So I don't want to see as the only one that is saying something else. So, and at that time, I spoke, the first person I went to meet is my candidate. And also people had already even spoken to me then to tell us, guy, you guys just suffered a loss. You have another election in 2 weeks. You don't have a House of Reps out of 14 House of Reps. You don't have a senator out of 3 senators. How do you want to win? So I think at this time, what people do is to merge. So probably maybe you should merge with APC or merge with the PDP. But at that time, merging with APC was not even an option because, we were thrown under the bus from APC.
So your candidate in Accord as well.
So, and with what has already been said from home, the direction was pointing to work for the governor. So I had the conversation with Chief Adelabu. And
did he support your decision?
At that time, he didn't support it because he thought that he could win, that they would win the election. But for me, that was more practical because I needed him to prove to me that he could win. And I told him, I remember asking him, telling him that, okay, what happened if we lose? And he said, if we lose, everybody will go and bear their loss. I said, okay, I'm already bearing one loss now. So now, I told him that, but if we lose, they will call you and give you a minister. I'll call you to this and everything. So if you know that you want it to happen. So the same Ashwaji that you said that sent you to the Accord, take me, let me go and sit down there and tell him so that this is what will happen. So at the end of it, so politics is just, something, it's a very interesting game. My father was born a magician.
Really?
Yes, sir. Was born a magician, then he left from Nigeria on how to be able to manage the craft, so went to school of magic and everything. That's my mom,
That's your mom.
Yeah, I cut into 2 others. Lady Peller,
Is it true?
Yeah.
Okay, your mom is the real Lady Peller.
Yeah.
He cuts her into 2.
Yeah. It makes her fly, makes her disappear.
That's true?
Yeah.
Or you are not sure of the background?
I'm a magician myself now.
So you can cut her into 2.
You don't point to your brother. So the lead generation. Okay, so in 2021, we started the lead generation initiative. And this is the reason why I believe that, organization like lead generation initiative should come to life. You agree with me that we need to begin to develop a new generation of leaders.
Yeah.
And the lead generation initiative was a non-governmental, non-partisan organization that is focused at charging the youth to take active responsibility for building their immediate community environment. So we'll travel to one state, identify young minds in that state, possibly 2 people per local government. It was free of charge. It was actually running on my personal funds. And put them in a hotel. Then breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We give them stipend. And at the end of the day, the next day, between 9 a.m. in the morning and 5 p.m., then we train them. The first thing we train them on is active citizenship. Because a lot of people, even in Nigeria, they are citizens, but they don't even know their roles. They don't know their rights. So we try to teach them that. Then we teach them political mobilization and political organizing, how to organize themselves, from the polling unit level, to the ward level, to the local government level, then before you start thinking of, your senatorial districts or your federal constituency. So we let them to realize that before you think about who the next president of Nigeria should be, you should ask yourself, are you that kind of president that you want? So we teach. So it was a trainer model where we train them and give them a certificate and allow them to go and train other people. So in Nigeria today, we have trained over 1,000 young people, and those 1,000 young people people. I've trained over 100,000.
On leadership.
On leadership, on political leadership. So it's called Lead Generation Initiative.
Good.
So it is an organization just to develop leaders. It is not for me because I'm building any structure to run for anything. But I just think that we need to just equip more young people, understand, for them to understand how important politics is. Because a lot of people do believe that politics should be played, by people that are dirty, that don't understand. This is like to me now today, it's even like a stigma. Before I get somewhere that they say, Shina Peller is a politician, I will be like, so what was I before I joined politics?
Yeah.
So, but I just think that it's high time, for us to develop this young generation.
So bottom line, you are not sure if you contest any position at the moment.
And that one is left for the people to choose.
Whether they want you or not. Yeah. Honorable Shina Peller.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always good to meet you.
Thank you.
The billionaire Dr. Akintayo.
The billionaire Shina Peller. Ladies and gentlemen, that's another wrap of a beautiful episode of Leadership Podcast with me, Stephen Akintayo. See you on another beautiful episode with another wonderful guest. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.